So the 7th Parliament will this morning hold a special sitting to swear in new members and elect the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker and the President of the Republic. Despite proceedings set to get underway at 10 a.m, parties are still engaging in last-minute horse trading to see if they can form part of the Government of National Unity. Our reporter, Juniour Khumalo, is at the Cape Town International Convention Centre where the sitting is taking place and joins us now. Juniour, a good morning to you. A very different venue to what we usually have for the first sitting of our Parliament in the new administration. And of course, NATJOINTS coming out and saying all eyes will be on that venue today.
Indeed, Naledi, a very different venue because usually such a sitting is at the parliamentary precinct, but we know that that was gutted by a fire in 2022. So about 2.5 years since that fire, that precinct has still not been constructed, despite an update from Parliament indicating that it will cost about 2 billion to rebuild Parliament. But today we are going to be here. The first sitting of the 7th National Assembly is going to be happening at the Cape Town International Convention Centre. There is a lot of police presence around this area. There was a police sweep earlier on where the SAPS were doing their rounds in this building. But we do have the NATJOINTS national spokesperson just to give us an update. Thank you so much, Athlenda, for joining us. We see a lot of police presence here. What is your readiness in terms of securing this place for today?
Well, absolutely. A very good morning to you and to your viewers. At the NATJOINTS, it's all systems go. As you can see behind me, there is a parade where the commanders are giving the final marching orders to members that are going to be deployed here to ensure the safety and security of everyone that will be attending the first sitting. So this morning we had a final state of readiness security walkabout where we were assessing our measures that we've put in place, and I can assure you that we are quite satisfied that our integrated safety and security plan is adequate and sufficient to ensure that this sitting takes place without any disruptions and with minimal incidents of crime.
Any indications of protests that you have heard of? I know yesterday you indicated that you're going to be speaking to your intelligence to see if there are any threats around today's sitting.
Well, so far, we are not picking up any threats. But in terms of protests, as law enforcement, we do not have a problem with people protesting, so long as they do that within the confines of the law. So we don't expect people to cause disruptions. We don't expect people to damage property and so on. So long as they protest within the confines of the law and they are orderly and responsible in their protesting, we should not have a problem as law enforcement agencies.
Thank you so much, Athlenda. That is the national spokesperson, NATJOINTS spokesperson, Athlenda Mathe, just giving us an update saying that the police are actually ready for today. Law enforcement, actually, because it's a joint operation that is going to ensure that this venue is kept safe. But as you indicated, Naledi, in your introduction, political parties are still in discussions. We do expect a briefing from about 6 parties, including the EFF, the ATM, as well as Al Jama. At about 9 o'clock, they have formed a coalition calling themselves the Progressive Caucus. They are against the ANC going into bed with the DA. So we will be bringing you that briefing live at around 9 o'clock. It should be taking place about 1 kilometer from where we are here at the convention center, Naledi.
Yeah, interesting that we're still seeing briefings taking place at 9 o'clock, an hour before that first sitting of Parliament is supposed to kick off. And in fact, a lot of these political parties, Juniour, having had quite late nights yesterday as well.
Indeed, very late nights for most of these parties as these negotiations still continue to go ahead. We saw the ANC holding its own special sitting of its National Executive Committee. There was a briefing afterwards by the ANC Secretary Fikile Mbalula just indicating that they are still going ahead with that Government of National Unity. We understand that the Democratic Alliance also had its own federal council that was actually meeting and convening, because we know that the ANC has communicated communicated that they would wish to go into coalition with the DA, the IFP and the NFP, but the DA has not yet confirmed that they are indeed part of that government of national unity. But we do expect an update from the Democratic Alliance, or maybe we might see them as they vote for the president today. We know that that seating of the 7th National Assembly is going to get underway at around 10 o'clock. That's when a vote is going to take place for the Speaker, as well as the Deputy Speaker and the President. So that's when all the cards are going to be on the table, and we will finally know which parties are going to go into coalition with which parties, the lady.
Yeah.